Alright, YouTube. This is fuel tank video 7 of the RV-14 build. Today we're finishing the right tank's J channel stiffener, some deburring, and some skin prep. So same as we did on the left tank. Deburr dimple. Again, I don't like that it dimpled because then you can't scuff inside the dimples with the Scotch-Brite, but whatever. And then drill out some number 19 holes all the way around where the screws attach. And then deburr those holes, front and back. I must have finished the countersinking in the previous video. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Break the edges so that the skins lap nicely over each other. Mark it for reassembly later. Clean off the table. And let's see. Oh yeah, these were the edges on these baffles were pretty rough, so they needed a touch with the file. And the holes in them were also kind of rough, which is, I don't know if it's because this is the same. I don't think these are the same fuel tanks as the RV-10, because I think the RV-10 holds more fuel. It has to. It has to hold more fuel because it's got similar range, but its engine consumes more. So, but I think these are like generic baffles, maybe, that are used on multiple planes, because they don't have a 14 in them, and that would make sense on why all the holes in them needed to be deburred. Whereas on the skin, just the inside of this one and the outside of the other one, the holes needed to be deburred. They were just enough that, you know, I wasn't comfortable leaving them alone. It dimpled. It's probably okay, but the fact that they're going to have a layer of fuel tank sealant in between the ribs or the stiffeners and the skin, so it goes, you know, like from the outside to the inside, rivet, skin, tank sealant, rib or stiffener, and then another layer of tank sealant, and by layer I mean just like a little dollop on top of the shop head of the rivet. And so between the skin and the rib, there's a layer of sealant that will squeeze into the dimple, and it should fully encapsulate any, if there's a burr in there, it should totally encapsulate that. But I mean, why take the chance, right? There's no reason to take the chance on a burr, you know, in there that even they were so small, it wasn't going to be like one that would cause a crack. It was more like one that could cause a malformed dimple or something like that. So my opinion on it was, why take the chance? Take the extra 30-40 minutes or whatever it is to deburr all the holes before you dimple them on these, even if they may not need it. And then you just have that, you know, maybe a little more insurance on the tank not leaking. I'm doing a lot of very methodical work on these fuel tanks to make sure that they don't leak. And I'm probably going to end up with a leak because I think pretty much everybody does. But I guess we'll see when they're done. So, next video will be on to the Similar process on the other side. See you then.